Hello, everybody. It's Cheryl from Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. In this episode, I'm going to share with you guys how I'm going to plant outside and in the greenhouse some greens. Now, let me tell you that we just got over a cold front, and now we're having a warm front moving in. The high today is going to be around, I believe, 62 degrees, and by Monday, it's going to be 77 or 78 degrees. That's crazy. It's really bad for a garden, especially if you have fruit trees, because they come out of their dormancy, you know, when it's spring-like weather, and then they go back, they go into a shock when the temperatures drop drastically again. But we're known in North Texas to have that type of weather, and we just have to deal with it. So Bria and I are patiently waiting for the temperatures to warm up a little bit, and I'm going to put half of this Butter Crunch lettuce in the greenhouse. Probably, I don't know, I might do a hanging basket, and then I'm going to put half outside. Also, I'm going to do half of this Mustard-Spinach. It's one of my favorite greens. They saute so deliciously in a little olive oil. You don't have to boil them that much. And then I'm going to plant the turnips. Of course, all of these are winter crops, so they can be planted a little bit outside and a little bit inside. And then I showed you guys a few days ago this, excuse me, ruby red Swiss chard. So we're going to plant some of that inside and out. When I say inside, I'm talking about the greenhouse. And then for the first time, I am planting some Chinese cabbage. This particular variety is called Tat Soy. And it's supposed to be similar to bok choy. But anyway, as soon as it warms up, we're going to go out and we're going to plant all of this, because I need to free up room in my grow room so I can start more seeds. Another thing I want to share with you is, since we're going to have beautiful weather for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to, excuse me, move all of my tropical fruit trees in the grow room. I'm going to move them to the greenhouse, and all the trees, tropical trees that are in the greenhouse, I'm going to move them outside and let them get a lot of sun, take advantage of this. Then in 2 weeks, when temperatures drop to about 34 degrees, I'll just have to move them all back in. Okay, I'll be back when it gets a little warmer.
Get my gloves dirty.
Right, don't get your gloves dirty. While Bria and I are waiting for it to get a little warmer outside, and also it's drizzling a little bit, we are going to pot up this basil. As you can see, I started carefully removing it from the 6-pack, and I'm going to carefully divide some and put them in these containers, and we'll get back. Hey, so Bria and I took a 6-pack, and we divided the 6-pack and made it into 9 plants. However, we will probably divide it even more as they get bigger, especially this one here, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. We'll divide again. I have found through my experience that basil along with marigolds are about one of the easiest 2 seedlings to divide. They don't go through a serious shock like some seedlings do. So we're going to take these out to the greenhouse, and I won't water them until I get them in the greenhouse. It'll be lighter to carry, and also the temperature will be the same as the water that has been collected in there. Okay. We now have our tray ready, right, Bria?
Yes.
And our gloves?
Yes.
And we're going to the greenhouse.
Yes.
Hey, so Bria and I are in the greenhouse, and despite all of my precautions, because there's a lot of moisture in the greenhouse, you see I've got a little mold, a little fungus. So I'm going to top all of this off with some cinnamon. And this is exactly why, I'm trying to get this open here. This is exactly why I keep a fan. I'll do this off camera. I keep that fan over there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know why it looks like it's turning slower on video, but it's on. You can see the spinach moving. So that kind of helps, but you know, it's a drizzly day, and also I'm turning the lights on. That will dry up some of the condensation. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna finish putting some cinnamon on these plants, and then we're gonna start planting these. We decided to put the butter crunch lettuce in 2 hanging baskets. So we got one there, and one here. I think they'll do well here. And if you all know anything scientifically why this fan appears slower in a video than it actually is moving, let me know. Because that's really totally weird to me. And let me just real quickly show you something. I see a little green spot on this cassava. Let me see if I can get it. See right there? It's just a little green right there. So I'm excited. I need room in this grow box, so I'm gonna take this room and utilize it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and plant the mustard spinach in here. Sometimes you just improvise on the fly. I think they'll be better here. Okay, I'll come back when they're all planted. I think this spot will work out well inside of the greenhouse. And now I'm going to move on to the Swiss chard. I think I'll plant it outside. We're outside, and this is where we had the broccoli, and I still have a little spinach coming up. I'm going to plant the Swiss chard right here, closer toward the edge. That way, if it gets real cold, I can easily cover up just this portion of the bed, because the other crops that are in here will do just fine. Okay. You can't see the Swiss chard very well, but it's planted all the way across here. I'm going to cover up with leaves. I don't have to water it because it's been raining this morning. So now Bria and I are going to put some Chinese cabbage here, half of it in here and half of it in the greenhouse. And we're going to put some turnips right along here, and we'll bring some in the greenhouse. There's another little vacant spot in the bed behind me, and I'll put a few turnips in there as well. Turnips done. Now I'll cover with leaves. Let's see if I can get a few in here. Pretty cool. And did I say tatsoi? Chinese cabbage right here. I will put dirt around them, soil around them, and then leaves. And once again, the ground is real soft. Make sure there's no air pockets there. What you doing, Brie, over there? Don't touch those. Those going in the greenhouse. This afternoon, I will put some markers down here so I know exactly where everything is. Done. We have turnips, and I'll thin some out later, and top choy right here. And I know where it is because it's in the key opening of this greenhouse, and I'm just going to put some leaves on it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap.
Goodbye, everybody.
If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Bye now.